This is a lucky start. 3 houses and a crystal. None of which we're going to utilize to start, but I've got so many upgrades now, we basically are unstoppable. We even start with 1400 gold. So that means we can put some ballistas around here to hopefully get a little bit of extra income from the house. We got so much money right now, we're just going to let it roll, and we're going to get these a lot more often. And we get a lot more choices when they do show up, so I'm going to get a shredder. I've never tried this before.
This is going to be good.
Does the shredder maybe want to do something? That's pretty good. That's going to fire right down the street. Yeah, I think I'm going to like this tower. He doesn't fire super often. He's a little shy, but he does a lot. So next I'm maybe going to take a flamethrower tower just to add some extra damage, but I'm also going to put a shredder here where he's going to fire right down this strip. And so far, this is a pretty good layout. It's one strip so far, and it's got lots of high ground. That shredder's about to eat these guys alive. Oh, he follows the path anyway. Okay, very good. Yeah, he's going to be a good one to have on the team. And so is a flamethrower. But I also need to not forget our friends the ballistas. They only cost 100 gold. They do damage. They don't take mana. There's really a lot to like about them, despite the fact they're not very showy. That shredder is going to eat these guys alive. I can't believe I didn't know about this tower until now, because we're already taking out this entire wave. We just need like a ballista here to maybe thin them out a bit. I think I'm going to increase the bleed damage for my saw. It would be nice to get a Tesla coil and stuff too, but because I don't have any mana siphon, it's going to be bleed damage. Then I'm definitely also going to put a ballista somewhere over here where it's nice and tall and extra damagey. So these early guys don't have a lot of shield or armor anyway, so things like this saw are going to just destroy everyone really quickly. I think I really want another one of those shredders, but it's $700, so I'm a little conflicted on that. But so far we're eating those waves alive. We could even make oh, we need the mana siphon. Unfortunately, I would like to make that saw better, but for now we need a little extra mana. But that's going to help us now because we get extra flame towers for wherever we want. We can slow people here. We're going to hurt people real bad. If we can slow them down and march them through the saw blades, they're in big trouble. We do kind of need some towers that can strip their armor away, but we'll get some eventually. For now, let's throw a flame tower down, maybe right here. Then a few more mana siphons. That saw blade kept going after the round ended as kind of like a bug, but that would be very handy because that makes basically an eternal saw blade. And I shouldn't have to explain to you why I think an eternal saw blade would be a wonderful idea. These fire towers do actually take armor off, so we're going to put armor up. I don't think shield idiots really start appearing until after level 15, if I remember. And then we're going to put a ballista here and then a ballista somewhere over here, just so we're always doing damage to someone somewhere. We do have a chance for a frost tower. I'm going to go for sorcery right now. Regenerate 1% of your mana per second. That's just going to add an extra 2 per second. I just know that if we run out of mana, there's no point in having other towers anyways, because I learn. But I do like that we can supplement so much of our damage with a shredder now. We're just going to put flamethrowers over here, so by the time they get to the shredders, there's no health left for them to, or no shield left for the shredder to have to worry about. It can just go ahead and go like that and eat everyone alive. So far so good, not being faced with too much of a challenge. It is still level 12. I'm going to put a ballista here because he's going to be able to hit people from all sorts of different ways, and he's going to level up pretty quickly being way up there. These tank guys are making it a little bit further than I would like. They're getting almost past this area of doom, but they do still have another shredder and all this to contend with once they get here, but it makes me a little nervous. So I better put another shredder down just in case. And then we get our mortars. I can't afford the mortar yet, but we will very soon. That's another tower that doesn't need mana, and this is a very good area for mortars. And I really like the fact that this flame tower can reach over here and start burning these guys a bit, because they have to walk all the way around while burning and getting saw bladed. And there's 2 saw blades now going, so that's just extra fun. That really goes through those idiots. We just need an armor stripper.
What?
Armor stripper.
I was having so much fun watching this, I forgot to actually buy mortar towers, so I'm going to put one here where you can reach pretty much everything ever. And then I'm going to put one maybe here. They're going to target maybe armor first. Yeah, they can just go ahead and target armor for now. I'm not really going to worry to extend out too much. Maybe another mortar tower. That can just go somewhere here because he can reach forever. So the mortars and saw blades are absolutely eating everyone. The mortars are doing just a lot of damage all over. Those saw blades are picking up the pace. These tank guys are going to be a problem, but we'll put another flame tower probably somewhere right here to help get them burning nice and early. That way their armor is gone by the time they get to where they're going. And I'll maybe buy just a little more mana siphon. We're going to gain, all shredders gain 1+ damage to health. Not the greatest upgrade, but everything there, it's the one I want. We're going to expand this one because my shredder seems to follow this lane. And Oogie has made his way onto the map, so hopefully we got the capability to take him out already. I'm going to put a ballista here where it's going to help take out a bunch of people. So far the mana is holding strong. We're not really losing any. We only have a tower or two going right now, so that's a good start. I just really need everyone doing this. They start to burn and get softened up. The saw blades will fire pretty soon. So far we're very good at taking out just basic idiots, but basic idiots aren't going to be the problem for much longer. These tank guys and stuff are. Oogie so far has taken basically no damage at all, but that's what Oogie do. So let's throw down another flamethrower. We're going to have him stripping armor and health, so he's going to focus some fire on Oogie for sure. I'm also going to throw down another ballista because Oogie makes me nervous because he has a ton of health. So far so good, I think. The saw blades are good against multiple enemies, not necessarily a single Oogie though, so I don't know how this is going to go, to be honest. The flamethrowers are going to hurt. He's got a few more saw blades and ballistas to go through. Wish we had him at lower health by now though. It makes me a little bit nervous. The bombs can still hit him though, which is good, because those definitely soften him up in a big way. Yeah, I think we got him. He's bleeding and on fire. That's not a fun combination to be if you're anyone. Oh, they still hit him from there too. Opening the treasure, we're going to increase our burn, absolutely. And then we're going to increase extra armor from the burn. Then we get our Tesla coils too, which is very important. Because I'm going to put a Tesla coil right here where he's really going to make a mess of people coming around. Now we're starting to get into the shield. These guys, the purple is shield, the tan color is armor, the green is health. We need to strip all of them away. Those mortars have such a stupid range. I'm all about it. I'm also going to throw a Tesla coil right here because that's a pretty big corner for him to have to come around, and that's going to be way up high, so it's a long range Tesla coil. Because obviously shield's going to be a hard thing to take away right now because we don't have a lot of things that really do good damage to shield. Of course everything can hurt them, but if we have something specifically to remove shield, I would feel a lot better because look at everything going on. Mana is dropping a little bit. I just want to see how this plays out so I understand where my weak spots are, but we need to drain more shield. That's really all I'm getting from all this. So I'm going to add a Tesla coil here maybe. That's going to strip more shield away, and I'm going to need more mana production. By the time they get to here, they're still in trouble because these guys can reach so far, and we still have the shredder up here that also helps a lot. Plus we're going to get a frost tower to slow people down. But before doing a frost tower, let's make sure we're not going to run out of mana, otherwise there's no point. There's also not a ton of these crystals spawning on the map suddenly, and that makes me a little nervous. But we're up to 14 per second, that should hold. We just spawned in another one, so that's good. And so far we've only got 2 lanes, so that's working out okay as well. So we managed to kill all of those idiots right there fairly easily. We're going to put a frost tower somewhere over here. Where is it going to give it the most reach? Maybe I'm going to put it... No, right here where it's going to get Tesla and Fireball. This is going to be the danger zone. Though I guess I can do 2 of them. If I put a frost tower here, I think it's going to reach all of that. So it's going to help to slow them, hurt them, and Tesla them. And then double fire. Yeah, that's going to be a nice corner for everyone. These stupid guys are still resisting quite a ways. They're just so tough. But not quite tough enough yet anyway. We still get them. So we're going to put a shredder right here because he's hopefully going to shoot up these lanes to just do more damage to everyone coming down. So that saw blade is now working its way through... Well, it got up to there, so that was still pretty good. If it sits here, he's going to start to make everyone bleed. And then they're going to bleed from way back here on the map. The shredders can also fire up the lanes too, like in the direction of enemies traveling, so that also helps. Making lots of money. Let's put a mortar right here where he can reach kind of up both lanes. He's going to focus on armor too. I mean, they do run into trouble once they get to here, but this is only level 18. They're going to get stronger and much worse. I keep forgetting about ballistas too. They're only $180. I've really got to keep adding those. Here's a good one. Burning enemies burn faster based on how much slow they have. Well, we've actually got lots of slow going on, so they're going to burn extra much. It shouldn't be more than a moment to kill these guys before we can afford our next frost keep. That's going to go probably there because he's going to freeze everyone there. And then they're going to get Tesla coiled and shredded and flamethrowered. Then we're definitely due for some more ballistas. They're so cheap and so effective anyway, really. We just got to keep throwing those down randomly everywhere we can. Ballistas need a chance too. Do you think if I just endlessly stacked the frost towers, enemies would stop entirely? Is that how it works? I don't know how things work. We have but 2 enemies left, so that's a good sign. We killed everyone else, so we're just waiting on these 2 to properly die. And they shouldn't last very long. They're going to get frozen, Tesla'd, and then lit on fire. And that's the start of their journey. These guys with the shield are still worrying me in a big way. Like, this is one guy absorbing all of his damage. I need one of those big towers that can really melt shield away from idiots. Wait, what? These guys are coming from nowhere. It's going to be interesting to see what's in here then. Maybe we can cut them off at their source. I want to try putting a flame tower like here, who can reach kind of everyone here, and he's going to start burning people ahead of time, and then a flame tower here. The same thing, that way they can light people on fire right away and watch them burn the whole way down the lanes. Plus they should be using mana at a different time from everyone else, so they shouldn't really factor into my mana burn. Just this one stupid shielded idiot left. I also want more Tesla coils, maybe even right here, just to double down on the mana or shield burn. I think at this point, the best option is going to be Sorcery 2, regenerate another 2% of your mana per second. That's going to put me up to 19 rather. Because I just know that if I run out of mana, then no one's going to be a winner. I want to see what this is. So that's where enemies come from. We found the start of it. Interesting. Oh, there's also mana crystals here I should really be taking advantage of. Anyways, now that I'm done placing mana crystals, how is my army doing? I assume good, but I haven't been checking to be honest. This tower here now is really going to smack everyone around. I'm going to put another mortar tower somewhere here. Just the same thing. He can hit basically all the lanes, even these guys spawn. They're going to come out of there and get lit up in a big way. And we're up to 24 per second mana burn. So we've got lots, but when all of our towers get going at once, we probably would run out. We just hope we never run out or never have to deal with them all at once. So far, it seems like a pretty adequate defense, surprisingly. I'm going to put another Tesla coil right here. I just want to double down on melting shields really badly. The bombs are going to do a lot of damage to these. I want to put a saw blade here too that's just going to make everyone bleed right away. But I'm also going to put a mortar probably right here, who's just going to also make a mess of many people in many places. Because you can just never have too much damage. So far, nobody seems to be getting through to anywhere. They mostly make it to here and die. But it's one of those games where once they start to push through your defenses, they absolutely run through everything. So also, let's double slow people down here. If I put it there, does it reach? Yep, so they're going to get double frosted through this stretch. They're going to get double frosted, then I'm probably going to put another flamethrower somewhere here just to make sure they're double slowed and double burning. Plus, if I get them to slow down and bunch up, the bomb towers will do extra effectiveness to them. I've just got to be careful about stacking up too many things in one spot because we'll drain the mana if we do that too heavily. Okay, there we go. Everything is firing right now. The mana is actually holding, but we do have more towers out there. This is a level 2 upgrade. Let's do this. Okay, next I'm going to do something mean and put a shredder here. That way when enemies are spawning in, it shreds all of them in both directions. And it can even reach these guys, so he's going to be firing on them a blade that's going to go through all of these guys. Then I'm also going to put a Tesla coil over here to help knock the shield down for idiots before they get all the way up to me. Because this is getting annoying. And if the Tesla coils are over there, they're not hopefully going to take away from the mana pool that these guys need so badly. Because this is a very dangerous corner, it just takes a lot of resources to keep it going. These guys used to seem so tough, now they melt rather quickly. Here's a chance to get a little more mana though, so up to 25 per second. And this seems to be working pretty well. We're lighting people on fire and saw blading them in a big way. I might also put a Tesla coil here. I think I'm going to. That can just help take a little more of the shield away. Then we'll do the same over here eventually, but at least we got one lane kind of on lockdown. It's probably not going to kill anyone, but it's certainly going to start taking bites out of them. And the more little bites we can take along the way, well, the better. We do need to watch our mana usage though, so we're maybe going to focus on mortar towers and saw blades for a little bit. Maybe also some good old-fashioned ballistas. They can reach all sorts of things from there. We'll put one maybe over here. They're just a really cheap way to get some extra damage down. And we have unlocked the particle cannon. That might be good because that can strip shield away. I'm going to buy that for now as much as I would love to do that. I think the particle cannon is going to help us remove some shield because we're on to level 25. That means we're going to have zombie Oogie. And yes, he came out the right side. He's got tons of shield, which is good because he came down the right lane. This one's going to strip armor, but the Tesla coils will start stripping shield away, and hopefully the towers can mostly focus on him and no one else. What I will maybe do, and this also might be a bad idea, is put a Tesla coil in his way everywhere he goes to start taking that shield down, because that's just a lot of shield. If we can afford a particle cannon by the end of this, we will. I'm not even going to look at what the enemies are doing. Okay, that's pretty much doing nothing to him. Okay, we can afford a particle cannon though, so that's going there. It's got a monster range. It's going to go for most shield. So it's going to start striking him. It's going to use a lot of mana, but that's finally starting to hurt him a bit. And this area will also hopefully hurt him, like a lot. I'm going to put another frost tower maybe here to help slow people down, because we need zombie Yugi to slow it down right here. We're using a lot of mana. But we have a lot of our towers going on. Zombie Yugi's going to continue to take massive damage from the mortars in particular. Yeah, I can really tell when the mortars fire on him, so I'm going to remove this one for a sec. Then I'm going to buy another mortar and put it there. His health is dropping, but he's getting kind of towards the end of our little fun land there. So hopefully we manage to get most of them dead like right here, because suddenly our damage is going to drop off. Though he's taking a lot of heat. He's very on fire and he's very bleeding. And he's down to basic health too, so he should be okay to die. The bomb towers can hit him from almost anywhere. What was that thing firing on? Oh, some idiots actually got in, but Oogie's dead. That's always stressful. Antimatter does +1 damage to shields. Might as well. I'm going to put a saw blade on this side now too to help thin out some of these idiots. I'll probably put it there where it's nice and high up. Or maybe right here where it can reach both sides. This is actually a good little mound. I should be using that one a lot more. And we're going to put a mortar right here because he can hit pretty much everyone. Interesting shape of the map so far. I can't wait to see where it goes from here. Would love some more mana too, because we're making 25 per second, but when all of our towers get going, I think we're going to drain that all pretty quick. So hopefully whatever we unlock next helps us out, but our resources are kind of distributed nicely too now. So far so good. We seem to be managing to knock their shield down in a pretty big hurry, probably largely in part to my super cannon, which is doing 56 base damage, so that definitely hurts. He's probably going to strike that one next. And yeah, he definitely hit that pretty hard. Okay, so I'm going to get Sorcery 3, regenerate 3% of your maximum mana per second. So we're going from 25 to 31. We needed that very badly. I also realized I want to put a Shredder probably here, because he's going to also shred through this zone very quickly. And I'm going to put a Frost Keep over here, just to help thin out this little corner. Because there's a lot of damage landing here. If we can take out most of this lane here, then we only have this lane to deal with, which is still something, but it helps to divide them. Then if I put a mortar tower over here, he can reach a lot of everyone. Okay, then over on this side, I'm going to set up like I did on the other side. We're going to put a Tesla coil here, even though the mana is running low. But then I'm also going to put a Frost Keep here if I can afford it. And that's going to help slow down through the flames and everything. And we have a little convergence of all sorts of idiots here, but that's going to smash everyone together. So if I put a bomb tower somewhere in the neighborhood, there are some bomb towers in the neighborhood, but we can hit a lot of people in a hurry at once. Because look at the difference in lanes now. This one's pretty thin. I think they're pretty much going to die before they even get anywhere. This is going to be the problem. But they're nice and bunched up. So if we hit them hard here with a bunch of things, by the time they get to here, our mana might have regenerated. They're getting pretty beat up anyway going through all this. There's just a lot of damage for them to wade through. But I think here I'm maybe going to want a flamethrower and a Tesla coil. Those red guys I know are very strong. I need to take a look at one to see what they're made out of. Well, they're about dead anyway. So far, so good. So, as I was saying, we're going to throw a Frost Tower over here to help slow everyone down. That's probably going to hit, yep, a huge area. I'm going to put Flamethrowers to extra damage to shields, because obviously that's pretty relevant right now. Then I'm going to expand this way. There's more people coming in from different angles, but this is hopefully going to soften everyone up in a big hurry. So far, it is hitting a lot of people. Like, it does so much damage to a few, and then the bombs drop in and hurt everyone else even more. The saw blades are definitely making a big difference because they're running up and down the lanes, killing everyone. Let's open up this one. That way we can have some of these firing in on them also. Hopefully this is going to help to soften them up. I'm just worried about the mana burn at this point. Oh, there's a new tower. Perfect. So that put us up to 34 per second. I doubt that's enough to make up the deficit, but it's certainly going to help. So far so good. The mana is bouncing around right in the end zone, but we're killing everything well enough. Oh, I made $3,000. I should probably spend that at some point. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put a Shredder up here where he's going to annoy them in a big way. I'm probably going to put a few more mortar towers over here because this way is where all the idiots are coming from. And then I've still got $1,500 left over. Okay, I'm going to do all Frost deals 1 extra damage to shields, because shields need to die. Yeah, I'm going to put another Shredder up here just to help soften everyone up in a big way. And then I'm going to put another Mortar Tower as soon as I can afford it. I'm going to put a Mortar Tower over here. There's lots of high ground here. He can hit everyone coming in, but also the start of these idiots. This is actually a pretty good spot for ballistas too, because they can catch anyone at the end or the beginning, and those can be level 3s, or up high at least, so they're doing 13 damage. Now, for the most part, people are still really only making it as far as Death Corner here. There's just so much damage going out, they have trouble getting through it. But to make sure they have extra trouble, I'm going to add another Shredder. And I think that's everyone. It feels weird to be so close to our starting tower again. Yeah, the guys are starting to get to this stretch with pretty much full health, which is a bit alarming. But if the bombs all land in the same spot, they do a ton of damage. So when they group up here, I have faith that they can get hurt. I'm going to put another one of these maybe right... I think we have straight up missiles trying to get through to our base, and they're getting a lot closer than I would like. I'm just hoping we have enough shredders coming out that they're stopping them before they go... Wow, that's terrifying. Why are they so quick? Go, missiles, go, shred them. That was close. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to buy mana banks right now. They're $500 each, but I think I can place them anywhere. Yes, stores 20 mana, generating 2.2 mana. So that's good because the more maximum mana we have, the faster we generate also. So let's, we're gonna put down another one of those. And then I'm gonna put down another one. I'm gonna try and find a better home for that though, because it's nice to have them up high where they do more, but then they take the spot of a tower. I think having extra mana is gonna help keep us ahead though. Plus, I just found another crystal and it's sitting up decently high, so that's going to give me an extra few for sure. 43 mana per second, but we have a lot of towers out there doing a lot of things. This one's not such a worry anymore. These guys die pretty quickly. Then we only have to worry about the long lane. And every time I see these strips of condensed enemies, I just want more saw blades everywhere. They can run up and down those. And so far at least, the mana seems to be holding up a little better. Once they get to here though, that's where it's going to start getting expensive for us. I guess I'm probably overdue to get another particle cannon. How far does that reach? That should be fine, especially with target shield first. Mana is still a struggle, so we're going to build more mana banks anywhere we can that's up high, because I think they do actually do more up high. At least I'm banking on that being a thing. Okay, that brought us up to 52 per second and 340 max, and that seems to have balanced things out pretty nicely. Then we're going to place another mortar tower here, where he's going to have maximum range to hit a lot of idiots. I'm also going to put concussive shells. I think I have the most of these around, so I want them to do extra damage to armor. Now for the frost tower, I'm going to put it somewhere around here to help slow everyone down just a little more. Maybe even right here. This is going to be level 35, so that probably means a boss, Robo Oogie. He's got a lot of shield, a lot of armor, and a little bit of health. He's actually walking pretty quickly now that I look at him, so he's probably going to be some trouble. Well, the big towers take a bite out of him, that's for sure. So I'm going to let him walk around for a little bit while I place a few ballistas somewhere in this area just to kind of, you know, slow down the progress of everyone ever. Okay, placed a few ballistas. The money's adding up very quickly. I'm always unsure what to buy next. I can add a ballista here. It doesn't hurt. They don't use any mana. They just cost a little bit of money to buy. Okay, so far Robo Oogie has lost 2 bars of shield, which isn't a lot considering he went through that. But he's still got a long ways to go around the map. Yeah, we're going to eliminate everyone, but Robo Oogie is going to be the problem. His shield is almost done, and I have a lot of bomb towers that are going to land on him and take off the armor in a hurry. Those missiles are also going to get to be a problem. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's about to be hit by a lot of bombs from a lot of different spots. Hopefully there's enough stacking up on him to really take on. Look at all the flying bombs. Yeah, that's going to work out great. Big explosions, big explosions, big explosions. He's taking damage. I'm still worried. But he's also slow now. Very slow. I'm even going to add a frost keep here to see if I can further slow him. He's at maximum slow, so he's going to take maximum everything right now. Bombs, flames, blades, shocks. Yeah, that's melting him real good. Okay, we actually did surprisingly well against Robo Idiot. Then it's time for another mana bank because the mana is good, but we're going to run out of our room pretty soon. What are those things? That's a lot of shield. That might be a problem for us. We're up to 64 mana per second, 420 total. The map is getting big. There's a lot of idiots coming in. Mana is holding up so far. I really need more bombs landing in here, so I'm going to set up a mortar here who can basically only reach to there. And then probably another one over here for more or less the same thing. So much damage all at once. It'd be interesting to see the overall DPS of everything. Oh, mana's running low and idiots are breaking through. That's not great. Oh no, what is this? Can you not? That's a lot of... There's no way we're stopping him. Oh, it's only 1 health though so far. That's not good. What are these? Why are they so strong? Alright, so at this point, we're going to add some Tesla coils. Tesla coil, there. We're running out of money too. I can't remember what they spent it all on, but I might have made a mistake. I did buy a few bomb towers over here for the start of the round. That was basically assuming we were going to happily make it through this round, which I'm not overly optimistic about suddenly. So the flamethrower was actually the most damage for the money.